Most hair volumizers kind of suck, and they make your hair feel crunchy and sticky and gross. And usually the results don't last until your next wash. So let's chit chat a little bit about the K18 AstroLift. This stuff is designed to plump up and thicken your hair and add volume that lasts for up to 2 days. So we're going to put that to the test, and we'll see if this lives up to the other incredible products that K18 has launched.
So I'm adding this to damp hair, and you can use this on wet or dry hair, so they say, but I want to start out with damp hair, and then I'm going to blow dry this in and just do a quick rough dry. I like to flip my hair back and forth to give it extra volume at the root. And then once I've got this a lot more dry, I'll go in and smooth it out. But first I'm going to flip my head upside down, get a little more volume that way. And then here you can see I'm going in with that paddle brush and just smoothing it out a little bit because I'm actually going to go in with another tool to style my hair.
The first thing I notice is there's a density to my hair. It has this very weightless feel. It feels very, very lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy, but it looks fuller. It feels more plump for sure, but it doesn't feel crunchy or starchy. And that's something that a lot of volumizing products will do. They have a lot of alcohols, and so they really kind of starch that hair into place. And I don't feel crispy or like super producty necessarily. The other thing I noticed with using AstroLift is it didn't squash the shine in my hair. And a lot of volumizing products can add sort of like this matte filter to your hair, but I still feel like my hair looks really shiny and healthy. It's more plump, it's more full, it has more volume, exactly like it says it would give. So the next thing I'm going to do is use one of those hot styling round brushes and kind of give a more like blown out look. To do this, I am going to section my hair into a few sections. Seriously, look at the shine. This is actually really amazing. I'm going to use this iron. I just got this at a pro store. Look at that. Isn't that cool? This is a Sutra iron, and it has infrared light, so it isn't as damaging to your hair. And I'll be honest, I've had a few of these like hot styling brushes over the years, and I just really hadn't found one that I loved because either the bristles were too short and like hard and just kind of hard to use, or like another one that I used had two of these like open sections and I would burn my hands on it over and over. I get why they do that. They do that so you have a little more glide on the hair because these bristles can be really grippy, but you kind of need that balance. And so as you can see, I'm just rolling my hair and then I get to the ends and I kind of twist it, and it gives you like this really beautiful blown out look without having to work super hard at it. The thing that I love so much about this brush in particular is that the style seems to last for several days. Basically, after I've styled my hair with this, when I go to sleep at night, I will just clip it all on the top of my head and let it down, and I've still got beautiful curls the next day. So the amazing thing about K18 products is they repair your hair with the K18 molecule, and I am such a huge fan of K18. I was one of the early adopters of it. Like, I know that my video on K18 versus another bond builder, it was one of the first videos about K18. So I've really loved this brand since their inception. I think that their products are phenomenal. I mean, like the K18 mist and mask allowed me to go from almost black hair to really, really blonde without burning my hair off or like melting it. And as someone who has had their hair melted off before, let me tell you, it means a lot to be able to have a product that allows you to achieve your hair color goals without destroying your hair. I will never forget being 18 years old and going to a stylist that I thought was really good. And she burned all my hair off right before I started college. I was trying to go again from being really dark to light. And I really didn't know much about hair at that point other than like what I had learned from like using box dyes at home. But I figured she's a professional. She must know what she's doing. So she spent a really, really long time foiling my hair. And then she put me under a hot dryer because those used to be really popular for helping people's color develop. And then we get to the bowl and I'm like, oh, like, how does it look? And she's like, oh, it looks good. I'm going to go mix up a toner. And I'm thinking like, great. Like, I'm so happy this is working out. So she puts on the toner and then we get back to her chair and I'm looking in the mirror and my hair is pumpkin orange. Like not cute copper, it's like the ugly, muddy, ew pumpkin orange. Okay, I've had red hair before, so I can say that. And so she starts to blow dry my hair. She's got a round brush like this, blow drying my hair, and it is snapping off like an inch from my scalp. And I remember just like this feeling of panic setting in, like, how am I supposed to deal with this? She still charged me. She told me to get a product that was like a keratin treatment. So I used that a whole bunch, but I was like starting college with broken off orange hair. And so I know how traumatic it can be if you have had your hair completely destroyed by color. So K18 is truly such an amazing product to rescue your hair. If your hair is already damaged, it's really going to help to save your hair. But if you are a professional and you're doing color on people, I highly, highly recommend using the mist on people, especially if you're using bleach. It really just helps to preserve the integrity of the hair, and you can do a lot more with color. I mean, you still want to be smart when you're using color no matter what because it's chemicals, but you can push the envelope further and get really incredible results for your clients. So yeah, I started my freshman year with burnt off hair that was pumpkin orange, and nothing says, yes, let's make friends, like having insane looking hair. It was honestly after this really traumatic experience that I decided I wanted to become a hairdresser because I wanted to prevent people from experiencing what I went through. I wanted people to feel beautiful when they walked out of the chair rather than being traumatized the way that I was. Something I really like about AstroLift is it's incredibly versatile. They say you can use it on wet hair, you can use it on dry hair, that you can air dry your hair. You don't have to blow dry it in, but if you want even more volume, you can. It's supposed to give you volume that lasts for 2 days. And I can attest to the fact that it actually does last. Like I went for a hike, I've had my hair clipped up, I slept on it, and it helps to maintain your style. And it definitely still leaves your hair looking fluffy and voluminous the next day, which sometimes volumizers, they'll give you that initial lift when you blow dry it in, and then like you sleep on it and you'll get like a weird split in your part. And that has not been the case with AstroLift. Let me show you in this next clip. This was the next day I woke up and you can see my hair still had a ton of volume, still held its shape. This stuff's amazing.
So I'm just letting it down out of the clip just because I wanted to see how much volume it actually maintained overnight, and I was pleasantly surprised. So I decided to brush through it and sort of fluff it up and see what we got. And I was honestly really surprised because most of the time when you take your hair out of a clip and have slept on it, it is flat as a pancake and it looks kind of weird. This looked pretty good. So then I wanted to test it out on dry hair. So I just spritzed this all over, and then I used it to basically restyle my roots and see if we could get even a little more volume than we had before. And it definitely adds an extra layer of grip. But again, it didn't get sticky or crunchy at all. Very happy with the results of that.
It truly gives you fluffy, crunchless hair that lasts for several days. It leaves it shiny. Honestly, this stuff gets my stamp of approval. I love K18. I have from the very beginning. So if you're interested, there is a link down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.